The number of Ukrainians who believe that the West is getting tired of the war raging on in their country has spiked. According to an October poll conducted by the Kyiv International Institute of Sociology, 30% of Ukrainians believe that the West's support has weakened. That's up from 15% in September 2022. But some officials say that this so-called war fatigue was predictable.
Мы неоднократно говорили, что по нашим прогнозам усталость от этого конфликта будет расти в разных странах, в том числе и Соединенных Штатах.
However, the majority of Ukrainians believe that Western support is strong and is unlikely to weaken in the coming months. According to some, the EU is ready to continue providing assistance to Kyiv.
Well, of course, President Putin would like to say this, and he wants to inject a kind of sense of hesitation, or rather a sense of tiredness inside the European Union towards Ukraine. But I'm not so sure, sitting here in Berlin, that the fatigue is deep-rooted enough, that it's wide enough. But the sense that the war has gone on long enough is out there among the member states, but it's not deep enough and wide enough to actually say, to come to the point where the Europeans say enough is enough, let's negotiate.
It's so important to have a good understanding of what's at stake in the conflict, which isn't just the future security order of Europe and the potential for more Russian aggression, but is also around the economic and political systems that Ukrainians are fighting for the reform of and fighting to join together with their European neighbors. This is a conflict worth supporting Ukraine in, because the alternative in which Putin wins and destroys that country will lead not only to a shattering of the European security paradigm, but the political and economic paradigm across Europe as well.
In early October, representatives of the EU member states visited Kyiv for the first ever summit of EU foreign ministers outside the bloc, an act read as a sign of solidarity and support for Ukraine.